Today on 21st Century Business, explore state-of-the-art technology, innovative business strategies, insights from cutting-edge corporations around the globe, a visionary look into the answers of tomorrow, today. Business leaders, business solutions, 21st Century Business.
Welcome to 21st Century Business. I'm Jackie Bales. Military, law enforcement, and other government agencies, along with hospitals, airports, and financial services companies, all need highly secure computing systems. Well, now, innovations in cloud computing are giving these organizations the ability to save space, energy, and money as well. Here to explain is Randy Prince, CEO of ClearCube Technology. Welcome, Randy.
Thank you, Jackie. Pleasure to be here.
Randy, it seems we're in the middle of a transformation in the way these agencies and organizations handle their operations. Why is that?
The businesses today need more diverse computing environments. The day of having all the PCs distributed across the factory, hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of PC in a distributive model, makes it for a very expensive support model. What ClearCube is able to do is to take those PCs, give them all the computing power they need, but place it in a centralized location so that their data is secure. This is also in a private cloud set up for all companies. Companies can now have all the power they need, all the security they need, and that's very important for our airports, our government, our military installations.
Well, tell me more about ClearCube Technology, Randy, who you are and what you offer to help organizations bring their IT up to date.
Sure, Jackie. ClearCube has been around for over 14 years and was the pioneer and leader in virtual desktops.
Oh.
ClearCube has virtual desktop installations, PC blades, very similar to this PC blade here. This is just like a PC, except it's in a different form factor, has the latest Intel processors, Microsoft operating systems, but this is in a very dense system that is in the data center. So it is secure, locked up. ClearCube has been selling these for over 10 years and has numerous patents, and it connects up to a Zero client that's out on the desktop. This gives you a nice, very efficient private cloud solution with low power and high security.
Interesting. And this then is the Zero client that hooks into that.
This is the Zero client. This is one of our copper Zero clients, and it has 4 monitors coming out. This is what goes on the desktop, in which the keyboard, monitors, and mouse connect to.
That's amazing, instead of a PC. Wow. Well, let's take a look at this new way of doing business in the cloud in this 21st Century Business Field Report.
Computers have inundated the workplace, and rightfully so. However, utilizing computers in this setting can become extremely costly and even detrimental to operations due to downtime caused by glitches and other security issues. ClearCube Technology has the solution.
Well, EMSA needed a solution to overcome our challenge that we have in the fact that our data center is remote from our 2 dispatch operations. We're about 110 miles away from our Tulsa dispatch center, and we needed a solution that was going to allow us to continue to operate with one centralized data center and multiple remote locations.
ClearCube was founded in Austin, Texas in 1997 and is a recognized leader in centralized computing, thin client computing, and desktop virtualization markets. While IT management costs have previously been overwhelming, ClearCube assists organizations seeking to reduce IT management costs by consolidating resources, improving manageability, and enhancing security while maintaining full PC capabilities for users.
We really enjoy the inherent security that we get from the ClearCube technology. The fact that the actual computer is inside of our data center in a secure location and in a climate-controlled location really brings a lot of value to the table. Also, from a security standpoint, the fact that we have complete control over what ports are working or not working on the client box really does improve the overall security of the solution.
With 99% uptime and improved user ergonomics, ClearCube's simplified management system lowers operation costs by an average of 44% by generating improved productivity.
we've really enjoyed working with ClearCube technology. Not only is the technology that they've brought to the table has been really beneficial for EMSA, we've also enjoyed working with the ClearCube team. We get great support from their support staff. The folks that came out to assist in the deployment were excellent, and they've really been with us, and it's been a true partnership every step of the way.
For 21st Century Business, I'm Steve Michaels reporting.
Randy, what are the benefits of centralized and virtual desktop computing?
Well, the centralized computing solution takes your system and locks it in a data center. So number one, it's very secure. Having it locked up in a data center, it's also in a nice environment where it's cooling and everything else. That allows the reliability to be much higher. It also allows the power consumption to be less than half of what a typical PC would be. And the security you have. The only thing that is shipped out to the desktop is the pixels. So therefore, it is a very secure system, and that's one of the reasons our government agencies like it.
Oh, how do you ensure that the computing environment is secure?
Well, besides being your data center locked up, the other and very important is ClearCube's patented mass storage lockout. There's actually physical jumper settings on the blade that prevents anything from being enumerated or being used off the Zero client, so that if somebody at the data center had a DVD writer or a USB key fob, you can block that out so that they cannot steal or take data, or they could not upload any viruses. Very secure system.
Very interesting. Seems like it would defeat the plots of a lot of television shows then, where people are always stealing information by, putting in these different transport methods. Now, how does centralized and virtual desktop computing save organizations money? I know there are a lot of ways, really.
There are, and it's really made a lot of leaps and bounds. So, as we mentioned before, half the power, so half the power consumption, but also on the management side. So where you have hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands, again, PCs all over, imagine the workforce you have to have when they break to go out to everyone's desk. Having all of your PCs on a blade in a central location cuts management costs by over 40%.
Wow.
So power and management costs.
Wow. And now, what is the Zero client? We've mentioned this briefly to this point. Go into a little more detail about that.
Yeah, Zero client means that there is no OS. So if you talk about a thin client which may have an OS on it, there is no OS on this unit. While you can still have 4 monitors coming out, high definition, Blu-ray quality, you have your USB ports. This only produces 12 to 15 watts of power, so very low power, but yet there's no data on it. So if somebody takes this unit or steals it, it's a doorstop.
It's worthless.
It's worthless.
Oh my gosh.
All your data is secure, and again, federal, military, hospitals, financial, very important to them to secure their data.
Critical. Let me ask you another question, a phrase that I've heard. What is desktop as a service? And in that, how does an end user access the service?
Good question. So desktop as a service, or DaaS, is a growing environment such that you have your desktop in this system. Future clients that we're working on will be much smaller and more efficient, so only 2 to 3 watts of power, yet you could connect anywhere. You could sell that as a service. So ClearCube will be getting into the desktop as a service so that you can have PC right in your desktop.
So this would take the place of a PC, or something even smaller than this.
This would be the interface to the cloud, so this would be something much smaller, would be your interface, no matter if you're at your home, office, or business, that is your PC.
What would you say, Randy, are the 3 top things I should consider if I'm an enterprise IT organization and I'm looking to deploy centralized and virtual desktop computing?
Well, not all users are the same. So first you got to know what your users' needs are. Whether they're a task worker and they just use Microsoft Office, or they're a power user and run CAD/CAM or very heavy programs. So knowing what the user's requirements are is first. The infrastructure would be second. Knowing that you have the right infrastructure in place and the right system set up. And the third is to make sure that the right client, it could be a quad monitor or it could be a single monitor. It could be a very powerful system or not. So knowing which client is best to put at your user's desktop.
Why do you think so many government agencies use this particular solution?
Well, government agencies, also federal agencies, are very, very conscious about their data. They spend a lot of money to get it, and they want to hold on to it. So as I mentioned earlier, the mass storage lockout prevents the data. Also, there's no data stored on it, and the uptime that it has. So it's very critical to have our government and our military and everyone functional around the clock with high reliability products that are secure. There is no data stored on this, so it's very secure for the government agencies.
Randy, I understand you've partnered with Microsoft and Intel for your blade solutions. Tell us more about the partnerships.
Well, Microsoft and Intel have been very important partners with us. We've been working with them for 14 years right now. We use the latest and greatest Intel processors in our blades, and we also use the Microsoft OS, which is an industry standard.
So overall, in a nutshell, why is this better than a desktop PC?
Well, you have lower cost of maintenance. You have easier control in one data center with a centralized solution. You're able to connect in with a PC or a virtualized system. Lower cost of ownership, power, efficiency, and security all make a total cost of ownership of over 40% cheaper than a typical PC.
That is an amazing number. Wow. So let's get back to the energy solution part of this. How does the ClearCube solution achieve the energy savings? Is it just because all the PC blades are together in one cooled down location? I'm assuming it's a cooled down location.
It is.
A data center?
A data center. So your data center is under a controlled environment, much cooler. So the airflow and the processing power and everything. This will run about 50% less power and have the same performance as a typical PC. So energy savings is key, and also many buildings don't have the energy and cooling to have all the new PCs distributed across. That goes away when it's all centrally located in the data center.
What is ClearCube's history? Can you go back through the years for us, Randy? Tell us about that.
ClearCube's been around as over 14 years, had some of the brightest minds and a lot of engineers and scientists that started up from IBM, and people from Dell have come in, numerous patents. They started really the VDI, or the virtual desktop. They've also had numerous firsts in the company. First one with a zero client, first one with a fiber zero client, first one with quad monitor, the first one also with a connection broker, which was called Grid Center. So ClearCube has a very strong patent portfolio. It is also full of innovation and first to the market with products in centralized and virtual computing.
Randy, what advice can you give the viewers in general about moving to the cloud?
Look at your facilities, look at the supports that you have, and if now is the right time, I think you need to move. A lot of competitors, or your competitors, will be moving. We've seen a dramatic increase in cloud computing and getting into it. I think now is the time to get into at least a private cloud within your company to have all the benefits of virtualization and the total cost of ownership savings.
So Randy, how many of these blades would be used together? How many would be put in a rack, that sort of thing?
Typical rack, you can store up to 128 of these blades. That's a lot of power users, or if you use one of our virtualized servers, you can put tens of thousands of people on it.
So tell me who some of your clients are.
Jackie, we have clients all over the world. You mentioned the government and military. Just about every Air Force base, Army base, Marine base in the country is using some of our products.
Wow.
Also, we have airports, numerous airports, including Dallas-Fort Worth, DFW Airport, the 4th largest airport in the world.
I just need to ask you a question about the future. Since your company is so innovative, where's ClearCube going next?
Well, Jackie, we have a lot of innovative parts and clients and products that we're building on there. We mentioned the Zero Client, which has been a ClearCube stable and a very innovative device. We're now working on other clients that will be 1/4 this size, have the same performance, be less expensive, and only use 2 to 3 watts of power. This will get us into the DaaS model, or desktop as a service. This means you could take this small box, connect it to your home, into your internet system, set up whatever keyboard, monitor, and mouse you want, and you have a PC complete. That's all you need, at a cost that would probably be around $10 a month.
But what about the software, Randy? Where would the software be for a little tiny thing at your house?
Well, Jackie, the software would be in the cloud. And the nice thing about that is you only pay for when you need it. So if you need any certain thing, whether it's Microsoft Word or Excel, it's all in the cloud and easily accessible. So it's pay as you go. You can use as much or as little, so therefore it's very economical.
Wow, I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with next. Thank you so much, Randy. You have shown us clearly how much simpler and more secure computing can be when done in the cloud, and not to mention the cost savings. Thank you so much for explaining the details to us.
Thank you, Jackie. It was great being here, and we're living in some exciting times right now. It is absolutely the time to move into the cloud and see all these wonderful, exciting things that are going on.
It is fascinating. Thank you for watching. For 21st Century Business, I'm Jackie Bales.